Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to Gaming and a video on one of my favourite RPGs, The World Below. Is it unethical for one of your RPGs to be one of your favourites? I say no, because after all, if you've spent a lot of time working on a game, you should want to promote it. You should like your output. If you look at the things you've created with resentment, well, what was the point in creating it? And in my case, I look at The World Below with a great deal of joy. Not out of a sense of pride, but because I know that the authors who contributed to The World Below did such an amazing job of creating such a deep setting, filled with lore, mysteries, and threats. I absolutely adore the chaotic magic system, the essentially Mage the Ascension meets Mage the Awakening meets Ars Magica, but refined system of chaos sorcery. I absolutely adore the kinds of people, the characters you can play, the various guilds, the various settlements. I am so happy with The World Below, and I've been running a campaign of it now for, I want to say, close to 2 years. With weekly games. So this is not a game I have grown bored of, and that's always wonderful. That is always a wonderful thing when you can look at a game and think, you know what, I'm still running it and I haven't grown bored of it, I haven't run out of ideas yet. Now, why am I talking about the World Below RPG? Well, I've spoken about it a lot on this YouTube channel. I would be amazed if anyone who watches this hasn't seen one of my other World Below videos, but if you haven't, by all means check out my World Below introduction video where we'll go into the setting right from the beginning. In the meantime, however, the purpose of this video is to tell you about a competition. I came up with the idea of doing a competition during my Walk and Talk AMA last Wednesday, but here's the formal proposition. A few months ago I did a They Came From the RPG Anthology competition where if you had come up with an idea for a genre we haven't covered for They Came From, and so you could come up with the genre, you could come up with a few playable archetypes, you could come up with some new cinematics. If you could do that and you could post a video about it, that video could be visual, it could be audio only, but it should be on YouTube so I can find it. I would check it out, and to the winner would go a copy of They Came From the RPG Anthology. And it worked. Lots of people came up with ideas. There were some really fantastic ideas. It was wonderful to see. So now we're doing the same thing for The World Below. I've said on many occasions The World Below is the only game for which I gain royalties. So it is in my interest to promote it heavily. I make no apologies for that. However, this is your chance to get one over on me by gaining a free copy of The World Below. We will send it to you in PDF. Or rather a link to the PDF via DriveThruRPG. And rather than there only being one winner, which never really seems fair, I'm going to go for 3 winners. That's right, there are going to be 3 winners for this competition, so that might incentivize you even more to get involved. If you create a video telling me of a settlement or community in The World Below that has so far not been uncovered, or therefore has remained hidden so far. It is not in the published book. This is a new settlement or community you are coming up with. It needs to be distinct, therefore it needs to stand out from the existing settlements and communities. It needs something flavorful about it that would make you want to interact with it in-game. Of course, they could be just absolutely terrifying, and that interaction could be fighting or fleeing from it. That's still interaction of a sort. There needs to be something, I'm going to suggest a mystery. There needs to be a plot hook there. A reason for characters to get involved. And that plot hook could either be a character of note, or it could be an event, something that's going on, Wicker Man season, that kind of thing. I would encourage people to not have this settlement connected to the world above. The world above is a wasteland and not a place we want these characters going up to. Never visit the world above, don't even talk about it. That it shouldn't be the mystery here, but we need an event, we need an interesting character, so we need our settlement community, we need an event or story hook basically, and finally we need a threat. something that threatens this settlement or community. It could be a monster, a new monster. It could be an environmental hazard, one we've not spoken about before, something magical, something mundane. Something to create an impetus for action in your game of The World Below. If you can talk about all three of these things in your video, if you can talk about a new settlement or community in The World Below, if you can come up with an interesting event or character that exists there, if you can come up with a threat, something that our player characters have got to combat, flee from, negotiate with, otherwise evade, there is your video. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be well made. You don't need a great microphone or a fantastic camera. I have an ulterior motive for this, of course. I want more videos out there speaking about The World Below. I want people sharing their ideas about it. And while I'm not anticipating anyone creating a video that gains 1 million views, the more content out there, the more people are going to stumble upon this game that I developed from scratch and will hopefully fall in love with it, like my players have done, like the authors have done, and hopefully like some of you have done. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I write for The World Below if I don't already own a copy? I don't know what this game contains. Well, I admit that may be a little bit of a challenge. Luckily, I've made lots of videos about The World Below, and all you have to do is check The Gentleman Gamer, The World Below, and you will find plenty. There's even a playlist of them. But if that's not enough for you, here's something. You don't have to get the copy of The World Below that I'm going to gift you if you win for yourself. You can provide the email address of anyone. If you're a member of a gaming group, you can have it gifted to one of the members of your gaming group. You can make this a Christmas present if you want. So, I put it to you that you should undertake this little task, because I want more people speaking about The World Below, and if people already own copies, I want them going on DriveThruRPG and leaving reviews and ratings. I know that there have been far more than, I think it's 20-something customers, and yet very few of them have actually left their thoughts on the DriveThruRPG page, and I need people to do that. So I want people to make videos, I want people to go on DriveThruRPG, I want people playing and running the game if they can, and most importantly, I'd love for you to get involved in this particular competition because I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear other people's inspiration. So spread the word. There's 3 RPGs that you can get for free if you make these videos. Thank you very much for watching. The cutoff for the competition, I'm going to say, is around the start of December. It will extend if for some reason we don't get 3 videos, but I'm hoping we'll get at least 3. And when you've posted them, make a comment to that effect. If you try posting the link, YouTube will probably absorb your comment. So just say, I posted a video on my channel, and I will check it out via your username. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing the result.